On the news tonight, House Representatives task Federal Ministry of Health, NCDC, and others to enforce mandatory diphtheria. Joint Admission and Matriculation Board fixes new date for another UTME for affected candidates. Federal government approves establishment of a National Forest Guard initiative to reclaim Nigeria forest. In business, bill to establish National Rice Development Council passed second reading. Good evening. Welcome to Delta TV Main News tonight. My name is Francis Ofulue. The House of Representatives has tasked the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC), and the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency (NPHCDA) to enforce the mandatory diphtheria immunization, testing, and treatment across healthcare centers in all 774 local government areas of the country. Resolution was passed equal to the adoption of a motion on the need to mitigate the spread of diphtheria, a major public health concern in Nigeria that save lives, sponsored by Honorable Kwamoti Lori, who solicited the House's intervention. In his lead debate, Honorable Lori noted that diphtheria, a bacterial infection caused by Corynebacterium disease, had become a critical public health issue since the first outbreak in Borno in 2011 claimed 21 lives. To this end, the House tasked the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation to raise public awareness through sensitization campaigns regarding the dangers, symptoms, and transmission modes of diphtheria to prevent further spread and fatalities. Worried by the development, the House mandated the Joint Committees on Health and Health Institutions to assess the level of compliance with the mandatory diphtheria immunization, the capacity of health institutions to effectively respond to current threat of diphtheria spread across the country, and reports back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. The House also mandated its Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has begun the rescheduling of another Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination, UTME, for affected candidates who were affected by glitches in the last exam. The rescheduling began today after the registrar of the examination body, Professor Ishak Oloyede, yesterday admitted to errors in the just concluded exam affecting over 200,000 candidates. The JAM registrar said the affected candidates would start getting text messages for the rescheduled exam starting tomorrow. In a later development, the Lagos State University has commended the registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Professor Ishak Oloyede, for demonstrating accountability, urging Nigerians to support him. The university gave the commendation in a statement issued by its Deputy Registrar and Coordinator, Center for Information and Public Relations, Mrs. Oluwayemisi Thomas Onashile. Thomas Onashile urged Nigerians to see the events surrounding the conduct of this year's Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination not as a failure on the part of JAM, but as an opportunity for further strengthening of the examination systems. He recalled that Professor Oloyede had, at a news conference on May 14, stood before the country and done what most public officers would never do. The LASU spokesperson added that Professor Oloyede's decision to subject the process to an internal technical review and admit shortcomings was a reflection of his exceptional character. Thomas Onishile added that the JAM registrar's track record, dating back to his tenure as Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin, had consistently shown commitment to excellence and integrity. Meanwhile, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, University of Nigeria, Nsukka UNN branch, has threatened to sue the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, over the massive failure recorded in the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The chairman of ASU UNN, Comrade Oyibo Eze, who issued the threat while briefing newsmen in Nsukka, alleged that the massive failure, which mostly affected candidates from the southeast, was a deliberate attempt by JAM to stop children from the zone from gaining admission. He called on governors from the southeast to rise up and challenge the injustice aimed at preventing children from the zone from gaining admission to higher institutions in the country. The ASU boss said it was unbelievable and unacceptable that the whole of the university secondary school in Nsukka, no candidates who sat for the exam scored up to 200 in the UTME. Comrade Eze advised JAMB to act fast and review the result, as the massive failure had become a national issue that might attract national protest if nothing urgent was done. The federal government has urged tertiary institutions to permit students who applied for the student loan program under the Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NELFund) to sit for their examinations without any restriction. The government announced the creation of a high-level committee to streamline and standardize fee payment processes across the country's tertiary institutions in order to improve the financial operations between universities and NELFund. The panel was expected to standardize the nomenclature of the charges when NELFund commenced disbursement of loans and when universities and other institutions began to announce the disbursement. Briefing newsmen in Abuja after meeting with NELFund, vice chancellors and heads of tertiary institutions accused of misappropriating student loan disbursement, Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alauza said the panel was given 3 weeks to submit its report. He dismissed as untrue allegations by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) that 71.2 billion naira was missing from the fund, explaining that the removal of the service charge by beneficiary institutions was responsible for all the allegations. He said the panel comprised representatives from NELFund, the Ministry of Education, the National Universities Commission (NUC), and heads of tertiary institutions. The federal government has approved the establishment of National Forest Guard Initiative aimed at reclaiming Nigeria's forests from terrorists, bandits, and criminal gangs. A statement by the presidential spokesperson, Mr. Sunday Dari, indicated that the recruitment and deployment of forest guards would commence immediately, targeting all 1,129 forests across the country. The statement said the forest guards would be well-trained, armed, and mandated to flush out criminal elements using the forest as hideouts for violent activities. It noted that thousands of young Nigerians were expected to be recruited into the outfit as part of a strategic initiative to create jobs while enhancing national security. The state government says its development trajectory remained on course irrespective of the movement of the state political machinery to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The State Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Mr. Charles Aniago, said this while briefing newsmen today in Asaba. Esther Oputa now reports.
Mr. Aniago, in the company of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Sir Festus Ahon, said the state government placed the interest of all Deltans in the fore of all its policies and programs. He said there was a lineup of projects to be commissioned shortly, many of which were near completion, adding that for every project executed, the governor had remained transparent and prudent in the management of infrastructure projects.
In the course of the days to come, we will be inviting you to join us to commission a number of projects across the 25 local government areas of Delta.
Concerning the health sector, Mr. Aniago said state-of-the-art equipment had been provided for government hospitals by the state government. Mr. Aniago expressed confidence that there will be greater federal government presence in the state, with a shift from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC).
And the interest of Delta is what Ogorowori is pushing, as to how we can indeed expand the frontiers of development of our estates. And that is being carried very, very vigorously across sectors, be it in the health sector, in the education sector, in the work sector, which we are very much aware of, and indeed that of environment. not forgetting his effort at human capital development.
On the agricultural sector, the commissioner said the government was committed to ensuring food security as farm inputs were recently distributed to farmers in the state. Esther Oputa reporting.
Soko land have been advised to live in peace with their neighbors in order to enjoy the dividends of democracy. The special advisor to the governor on peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, gave advice at a meeting with some representatives of Aviara community in Isoko South local government area held at his office in Asaba. Henry Unogwa reports.
Chief Uzo said the meeting followed a petition to the state government by the Odegbe family in Aviara community against one Madam Oliwe of Iri community, both of Isoko South local government area, over a family land dispute. He noted that the petitioner claimed ownership of the land situated at Ogebe, Egwe, and Opalobe, which they said was bequeathed to them by their ancestral father. The special advisor assured the family that the state government would invite the other party to the dispute to hear their own side of the matter. He enjoined all to maintain peace while the investigation by the state government was ongoing, giving assurance that peace would be restored between both families.
For all we need is how peace can reign. Anything that will go contrary against this, we don't welcome it. The governor of the state, or the leader, His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Odo Buriwori, has zero tolerance for crime. And as such, that mandate is what we maintain in moving the more agenda forward and also ensure that the communities are crisis-free going forward.
Earlier, the legal representative of the Odegbe family of Aviara community, Mr. Elo Evru, sued for peace, adding that both families had lived peacefully for decades.
We were farming together, this was the from generation to generation. We are talking about 10 generations ago, or something about 4, 5, 6 generations ago.
The two communities expressed satisfaction with the meeting and promised to maintain peace. Henry Onogwa reporting.
They also established National Rice Development Council, past second reading. Stay with us.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate
na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Let's now join our business desk for stories around the business world.
Seeking to establish a National Rice Development Council to reposition the subsector in agricultural value chain. The bill was to establish the National Rice Development Council of Nigeria, aimed at providing guidance on rice research, comprehensive development of the rice sector and the organization of rice stakeholders to enhance local production of rice in Nigeria, aimed to coordinate activities among rice farmers, processors, millers, researchers, and marketers to optimize the entire rice value chain. The bill, sponsored by Senator Ademo Alero of the APC Kebbi Central, was initially passed by the 9th Senate and forwarded to the then President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023. It, however, did not get presidential assent, leading to its reintroduction in the 10th Assembly. Meanwhile, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, has lauded Nigeria's ongoing economic reforms, describing them as key drivers for the country's growing potential as an investment hub. Speaking at a press briefing in Abuja, Montgomery emphasized that the reforms would make Nigeria an increasingly attractive destination for foreign investment, especially the United Kingdom. The British envoy outlined 3 critical areas of focus to include positive assessment of Nigeria's economic reforms, updates on the UK's economic reforms, and a roadmap for enhancing trade and investment relations between both countries.
Fourth death anniversary. In a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Sir Festus Ahon, Governor Oborowori described Chief Edewo as an accomplished leader who continued to render invaluable service, especially to the people of Effium East local government area and its citizens. He praised Chief Edewo for his humility and quiet strength, qualities which he said earned him the status of a father figure to many, as well as his pivotal role in shaping democratic governance in the state. The governor said Chief Bernard Edewo was not just a man of age, but a man of immense wisdom, courage, and selfless service. He said at 74, the celebrant's footprints had remained indelible on the sands of Delta's political history. Governor Oborowori joined Chief Edewo's family in thanking God for his guidance, protection, and provision for him over the past 74 years. The governor also lauded Chief Edewo for his decades of dedicated service to the state and the nation at large, and wished him long life, peace, and good health. The inauguration of the new executive of the Apex Youth Body of Ndokwa Nation, Ikolobi Ndokwa, takes place tomorrow. The event, which will also feature an interactive session on the role of youth in nation building, will hold at Las Hoga Hotel and Suites, Kwale, beginning at 10 in the morning. A statement by the organizers says the State Deputy Governor, Samando Yeme, will be special guest of honor, while Finance Commissioner, Chief Fidelis Tilije, will chair the occasion. The guests of honor include Chief Godswill Obielum, the Right Honorable Namdi Ezechi, Honorable Charles Emetulu, Honorable Prince Emeka Osamuta, Honorable Chukwudi Dafe, Chief Festus Ochonogo, Dr. Kingsley Ashibogo, Engineer Michael Anoka, Honorable Chris Osakwe, Chief Tony Amechi, Chief Godday Obinzete, Chief Vincent Osinoya, and Barrister Possible Ajede, among others. The statement adds that retired Rear Admiral Mike Honor will be Father of the Day, while Comrade Emmanuel Oji will be the resource person. In sports, the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, in partnership with American sportswear manufacturers Nike, have unveiled the new Super Falcons jerseys, which the team will put on at the forthcoming Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco come July. The nation's football governing body revealed the latest Nike home and away shirts for Falcons yesterday, while with the caption on social media, new kits, same pride. The home strip of the record African champions is predominantly green, with brushstroke patterns across the front and sleeves inspired by traditional Nigerian designs, while the away version is a mix of white and green on a pattern design with subtle texture and neon green details, including the Nike logo, the updated NFF crest, and Ninja printed beneath the collar. Despite the official unveiling by the NFF, no information was provided on when the jerseys would be available for purchase by fans. The Falcons are set to put on the apparel for the first time during the double-header pair of friendly matches against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon on 31st of this month in Ikene and on June 3 at Abeokuta, Ogun State. The friendly encounters against Cameroon are intended to put the Falcons in tip-top shape ahead of their participation at the CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco from July 5 to July 26, where they will be gunning for a record extending 10th continental crown. And now our thought for the day. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your attitude. To end the news, the main points again. The House of Representatives has tasked the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, and the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, to enforce the mandatory diphtheria immunization, testing, and treatment across healthcare centers in all 724 local government areas in the country. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAM, has begun the rescheduling of another unified tertiary matriculation examination, UTME, for candidates affected by glitches in the last exam. The rescheduling began today after the registrar of the examination body, Professor Ishak Oloyode, yesterday admitted to errors in the just concluded exam affecting over 200,000 candidates. The federal government has approved the establishment of a National Forest Guard initiative aimed at reclaiming Nigeria's forests from terrorists, bandits, and criminal gangs. A statement by the presidential spokesperson, Mr. Sunday Dari, indicated that the recruitment and deployment of forest guards would commence immediately, targeting all 1,129 forests across the country. In Business, we reported that bill to establish National Rice Development Council passed second reading. And that's the news. Thank you so much for being part of it. My name is Francis Ofulue. Have a lovely evening. Good night.